And welcome to the Deakin University Match of the Round this Saturday morning out at Balwyn Park for the first time for a senior women's live stream between Balwyn and Knox, two sides in Division 1 who have been off to a flyer in the start of the 2025 season. I'm Ryan Long, joined by Paul Uconi. Paul, great to have you on board today.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. It's a great day for it out here at Balwyn, and hopefully, looking forward to a good contest.
Absolutely, and straight off the block, we've got Penny Cooley joining us, the Balwyn coach. Penny, great to have you on board this Saturday morning.
Good morning, boys. How you going?
Very good. Great to be out here for the first time for a senior women's game, and the club's off to a great start to the season as well.
Yeah, and you guys got the best seat of the house.
We do.
Yeah, I mean, good start. We just, again, new team, have no idea how we would fit into like a Division 1, but I think we've slotted in quite well.
Yep. Yeah, obviously a lot of experience from your end as well, but the group itself, talk us about the makeup of the group. Is it a lot of players have played together before, a lot of players at the first time they're actually playing as one side?
Yeah, so we've had a couple of players who've had a few games together, and then we've had players who've never played before. Then we've had players who I've played with or I've coached before and going, hey, you thought about pulling the boots back on? I'm starting a new team, and a lot of the girls that I have spoken to in our group have either had a bad experience with the club, a bad coaching experience, or just fell out of love of the game.
Yep.
So my philosophy is, hey, the results don't matter. Come enjoy your footy. Let's bring a bit of fun back in, and as you can see, the results speak for itself.
Now, you guys played each other in round 1. What did you take from that game, and what are you expecting this morning?
Yeah, it was a relief to get that first game out of the way, especially like when I think back into our pre-season when we had 5 girls rock up to actually have not just a full squad, but we also had one on the bench, which was really nice.
Yeah.
I guess from today, like we're both two different teams from round 1. We know that Knox is in red hot form, and we've had a couple of players that haven't played and come back in the team, and they're in pretty good form. So, like, it's going to be a really good game, and I'm really excited from a coaching point of view. Is like, how can I use my footy knowledge, and how can I express that for the players to learn and hear, and then actually go out and execute.
And how big is it for the Balwyn Footy Club in general to have a senior women's team this year? And we've talked a lot about Brendan Sanderson and the group with the senior men's and their strength, but to add the senior women's comp and straight away to go in a high division of Division 1, it must be massive for the club and a buzz around at Balwyn during the week as well. Yeah,
absolutely. I think I started off working with the junior program, sort of helping their junior program going, and then they're like, hey, we're thinking about getting a senior women's team. And I'm like, cool, I can help with that.
Yep.
And then I was like, you know what, why don't I just coach it? I still have the itch to play, so it was nice that I can coach and play. And I think what I wanted to achieve is, like, I know my footy brain, and I know how I can coach a team and get the team to a position where they're coaching themselves on the field. So if we went into like a Division 2 or Division 3, I don't think we wouldn't have got the players, the calibre of players that we have now, because for us, we want to be tested and we want to be challenged, because that's how we grow, that's how we get better. So playing against, top of the table, North Ringwood last week, we can see why they're that good. It's great for our team. It was awesome learning experience for our group. And then again, Knox is in red hot form. It's just like, again, the way that you guys talk about it, it's so even across the board. It's so exciting. Yeah,
and even we were at the Surrey Park Donvale game last week, and Donvale, for despite not winning a game yet, they were very competitive against Surrey Park. And for the group as well, I mean, some of the names, I mean, we talk a lot about Boulder there because we've seen her play at East Burwood, and I think she kicked 17 goals in a game or something absolutely ridiculous.
Not that she remembers or anything.
No, does she bring that up ever?
I think I bring it up more than she does. I think she's more embarrassed that she kicked 5 points.
How impactful has she been to the side as well?
Yeah, I mean, it just gives us a really good target up forward. Obviously, like, she's got a great set of hands and just around the ground. And because I was lucky enough to play with her last year at Old Yarra Cobras, and I was like, gee, Cece, you've just got so much more to give the game. You just need the right person to, like, give you the guidance and the tools where you can just be like, oh, so this is how I get better.
Yeah.
And the conversations with her, she hasn't really been challenged because she's always been that good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, you can be so much better. So, she's only just started, and for our group to get the ball to a position where she's going to feel like she's impactful, we're learning that. and we're learning the synergy of how we're connecting with our mids and our forwards. And like, yes, she's really good, but you just wait. She's going to get so much better.
Fantastic. And some of those other players that potentially we don't know too much about that are either new to footy, who've stood out in the first 5 weeks, or players who obviously you've played with that you think we should certainly keep an eye on today.
Oh, yeah, definitely our captain, Sally Lynch, in the ruck. Like, she doesn't like coming off the ground. So it's really hard to give her a rotation. But, her experience in the VFL level has just allowed our group to learn and grow. And she's in the sort of mindset of, like, she understands where our group's at, and she's really careful with the words and how she supports our group. So Sally just gives us first use. I think she told me last week, she's like, I feel like I've only lost 10 taps in the entire 5 games. And I'm like, looking through the vision, I'm like, you know what, dude, you're actually right. So, like, for us to have such a weapon in our ruck is just super, like, valuable for us. Another one is Dallas Rowland. Like, she's our inside mid, she's our speed star, gets on the run, can burst through packs, gets the ball moving forward. She's quite exciting again, kind of raw in terms of, like, what she's learnt and how she plays the game. And then we've got a couple of other players like Marlo Cockrell, who's in her back line. I call her CJ, Coach Junior. So I'm trying to support her to sort of play that sort of general in the back line. That's where I played my professional career. So giving her the opportunity to lead and grow as such a young player, I've just seen her, like, step her game up every week. It's really exciting. Centre half forward, Talia Oates, our vice captain. She gives us another target up forward and allows her to roll and go. She's got a hefty boot on her as well. So those deeper entries are super important in women's footy. So, yeah, I mean, you guys will watch the game. You'll see a few pop up here and there that you'll be like, oh, haven't seen this one play live, and it's really exciting to, again, for our group, brand new team to the competition. We're just, we're here to have fun and we're here to be challenged, and I think, as you guys have seen, we're quite competitive.
Absolutely. It's very exciting to have Balwyn in the competition, and we're really looking forward to seeing how the side plays out today. I know you've got to run because you've got to get ready for the game, and we'd love to chat with you more, and hopefully we'll be able to speak to you across the morning, and then for your sake, hopefully a Balwyn win.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Penny. The senior coach there of the Balwyn Football Club, and it is a massive game, second versus third, and as Penny mentioned, Knox are in red-hot form, Balwyn are in really good form as well, Paul, and I think we are now joined by Mike Tyson in just a moment, the Knox senior coach, but it is an exciting matchup, isn't it? Yeah,
it certainly is, and, both sides have already played each other in round one. Both sides have, it's been different since round one, but it'll be certainly an exciting prospect.
Absolutely. We do have Mike Tyson with us now, the Knox senior coach. Great to have you on board on a Saturday morning.
Thanks, lads.
It was
yeah,
absolutely. It was good chatting with you on the podcast, and for the side at the moment, just in spectacular form, and it's another big test against a side you lost to in round one, but since then you've just been in really good form, 3 wins and a draw.
Yeah, it's been a positive start to the year, that's for sure. We had 9 new players into the club this year, including round one. It takes a while for the side to gel, but over the pre-season we had 5 practice games just to really try to get the connection within the group, and so far it's worked well. But we haven't taken points off Balwyn yet this year, so we've got to come into the game now, with a positive mindset so we can, hopefully take another scalp.
Now, you guys play each other in round one. What did you take from that game, and what are you expecting today?
Yeah, their ruck is a quality, and so is their Celeste down forward. So we're going to try and nullify those roles the best we can. If we can, take away their one wood, which we think that those 2 girls are, then that can really have an effect on how we hit the scoreboard.
And Dylan Margaret coming in for her first senior game. What can we expect from her this afternoon?
Yeah, Dill's great. She has been wanting to play all year, but being an under 18, obviously you can't play him too much. She's really quick. She's got high energy, really positive around the group, and we're just excited that she gets the opportunity to play today. We want to try to get a few under 18s playing with us as well this year. I just told her just to have fun and bring effort, and hopefully everything lines up well for her.
And how has sort of the connection between the junior club and the senior club, obviously with the under 18s and getting those players through, that must be a big bonus to be able to have, because not every club has the luxury of having a group of under 18s who you can start to debut in the senior side as well.
Yeah, that's right. So Jeremy Burke coaches the under-18s. I've assistant coached and I've known him for a number of years now. So that makes the connection a little bit easier. But also across the senior club, we had our senior men's coach and senior assistant coach coach the under-17s, under-16 boys at Knox last year as well. So to build that connection early, it really helps the parents and the players come into the club and make sure that they feel comfortable. And yeah, to be able to rely on the homegrown talent to come through is a bonus. So yeah, if you got it in your backyard, you got to make sure you look after it.
Absolutely. And again, I think we spoke to you before the East Ringwood game last week, but another win, and it was another tight one. How did you see that play out in coming into this game? What did you take away from last week's result?
Yeah, our start wasn't too flash last week. We had to adjust a few things and we were a bit slow up forward, so we had a bit more forward pressure, and that helped us towards the end of the game get over the line. But that's 2 close games in a row, and I told the girls I don't want my blood pressure to get any higher, so please, if you're going to get the job done, let's do the hard work early and, kick away hopefully towards the end of the game.
Yeah, certainly. And again, like I think with a division that's only got the 6 sides in, quite quickly you get familiar with every team because you're playing them 2-3 times and very quickly. So second time you played Balwyn, you've now played every side at least once. What do you make of this division, and where do you think you sort of sit at the moment? Do you think the ladder is probably a fair reflection on where you're at the moment?
Well, across the first 5 weeks, yes, it definitely is. A 16 comp, early wins are so important because you need to put space on the teams in 5th and 6th, and at the moment we have that. But we come up against 2 quality sides over the next couple of weeks, so we need to keep our momentum and hopefully claim some more points because you got Surrey and East Ringwood playing today. If Surrey wins, and if we can get the chocolates as well, then we put a bit more of a space on 5th and 6th. So, yeah, it's really important to just start well.
Yeah, certainly. And it's probably why last week was such an important win too. That created a little bit more of a gap as well. But Mike, we'll let you go because the game, I'm sure, is about to start quite shortly, and we really appreciate your time. And hopefully for your sake, it's another Knox win, and you continue to rise up the ladder. Yeah, well, thanks for your time. And, the girls appreciate the exposure we've had so far. So, yeah, hopefully it's a good win and we can talk again at the end of the game. Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. Thank you again. Thank you. That's Mike Tyson there, the senior coach of the Knox women's side. And they've done a fantastic job to start the season at the moment. The 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. And obviously the loss coming against Balwyn. The sides have made a few changes since then, Paul, and down at Balwyn this time. And it should be an interesting game.
Because it's really, it will be a really, really fascinating contest. It's a really good day for it. This morning there is a bit of breeze around, but I reckon it. Hopefully, I reckon it'll be a high-scoring game today with the conditions. Certainly better conditions than what we had last week. But no, it's a brilliant day for footy. Yeah, absolutely. We've got a third guest actually that's come through, and hello to Danielle Brotto, who's jumped on the broadcast. Hey, boys. Very, very good. How are you? You're still injured at the moment. Tell us what's going on.
Played Domvale a couple of weeks ago, and I actually broke my hand. I think I went up for a contest. Someone's came behind me, gave me a little punch in the hand. We think it might have been that, but then there was a couple of tackles. I actually went back on because I was like, nah, it's not broken. But it turned out to be broken. So how's the recovery been tracking along since? Look, it's been tough. Clearly, footy's literally my life, and I miss playing, but it's been really good to be around the girls, and they're been pretty supportive, and just gone to the physio and get some exercises. This is my exercise currently. Very exciting. If you can't see that, I'm just moving my fingers literally up and down. And for those who don't know much about you, and I'm sure everyone would, you've been a premiership player at Roval, you're Basin, and of course coming to Knox this season. Not the start you wanted with the injury, but the side itself, really good form at the moment. 3 wins, a draw and a loss, and the draw coming to
probably the benchmark of the competition. So
exactly.
it must be pretty exciting.
Oh, very exciting. The girls, especially from round one, clearly we lost to these guys in round one, but the improvement since then, just little things every week, and I think Mike said it to you in the podcast, he pretty much works on week by week. What do we need to improve this week? How can we get better? And I just gave my forward line a bit of a pump up, and I was like, how can we go from good to great? I did the old teacher thing and just... What do we need to do to improve here? So we just focus on week by week and little skills here and there.
Now, both of these sides have played each other already. Both sides are in form. What are you expecting from this game today?
I think this is going to be a thriller, to be honest. Well, I hope it's a thriller.
We do too.
Balwyn are tough. They're very tough. They came at us very hard in round one. And I would feel like we were a little bit shell-shocked when we played them the first time. We weren't ready for them. I think we had a couple of practice matches where we didn't play as high-quality teams. And I think we just didn't expect the physicality, and they're very physical. So we've kind of told our girls, let's get out there, let's be tough, let's get the ball forward, and let's get it done today. Let's just work hard. But I think in terms of the game, I think it's going to be a tight one.
Yeah, and you gave the forwards a pump up, as you just said. Obviously, we're usually expecting you out there and kicking goal a day and kicking
hopefully.
3 or 4. Who are we looking forward to watching in that forward line for Knox? Who's going to stand out? And if someone gets on a roll and kicks 3 or 4, who do you think that's going to be?
We've got this girl. She's new to the team as well, and her name's Hayley. She's 17. She's quite young. I think she's going to be a star. I think she just leads well. She kicks well. She has great hands. I think if she's on fire today, I think she could kick 3 or 4 today. But in saying that, if you look at all our goal kickers, I would say everyone in the forward line has kicked a goal this year. So I don't think there's one target up there, but I think if she's on fire, we're looking good.
Looking good. It's a very even spread for obviously Knox, which is really handy. And well, on the division itself, now you've played in Division 1 at the base and gone up to Premier. What's the sort of the difference is there a big jump from 1 to Prem coming back to 1?
Yeah. And I think in terms of the difference, Prem I felt was like super structured. Like there could be games where the ball wouldn't hit the ground. It would be kick, especially if you're looking at that top end. South Croydon, Eastern Devils, they barely missed a target, especially against us last year. In terms of Division 1, I feel like it's so fast-paced, especially from a couple of years ago, clearly playing in, I think it was 2023 with the Basin. It's got faster. These young kids have come up, they're putting speed on the ball, they're getting it forward. It's all about, I feel, a lot of the games have been about speed and who can run out games for the full time. Yep,
absolutely. And as both sides are about to run out now, what's your role today? Are you doing a coaching role down the boundary?
I've got the forwards this week, but I've been pretty keen to get involved. So I said to Mike, what do you want me to do? He's like, let's get you in the forward line coaching. So you'll probably hear my voice from here. I'll be yelling. But hopefully it's all positive and the girls seem to get around me. So I'm pretty happy.
Absolutely. Unless you've got one more question, Paul. You're all good?
Yep.
Well, we'll let you go because you've got a busy morning ahead. And I think Kate's even tried to rope you in for potentially a couple of
She's got my number.
Broadcast games. We've got that on file now. So
that's it. Let me finish out my career. I'll probably do a couple more years. I'll be done in, I reckon, 3. I've got 3 more in me.
Well, before we let you go, do we have a timeline? Will you get back this year? Are you going to try?
I kind of wanted to keep it secret. But
okay, we can keep it quiet.
I'll give you a little inside. My aim is 2 weeks' time. So I've already done 2. Whether the physio lets me, you can kind of pull up my arm. Whether the physio lets me is another thing, but he reckons I'll be pretty good to go in a full 6 weeks, which we have the bye. So I should be back around, I'm not sure, but when we play Donvale.
Good, that's exciting.
Bit of revenge.
And netball too? You back on netball courts? Or you're
I'm going to do another week. I want to get back to footy first and then netball.
Footy first.
Sorry, Bronya.
We love to hear it. Danielle Brotto, great to have you.
Thank you, boys.
Come up and have a chat. And
I would shake your hand, but...
No, that's all right. I know you can't at the moment, but all the best today, and we'll certainly keep an eye on both sides and see how it all plays out.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Good luck. Thanks.
Thanks, Danielle. That's Danielle Brotto there from the Knox Falcons, who unfortunately isn't out there playing today, but is going to be just as important on the sidelines too.
Yeah, certainly. And she's said she's working with each. She said working with the forwards this morning. How big of an asset she is on the sidelines compared to out on the ground, and hopefully in a couple of weeks she's back out there.
Oh, certainly right. As we're almost ready to go. We're going to hear from Kate Green in just a moment as she's making her way down to the boundary, organising all these interviews for us and then getting Danielle up on the pre-game as the sides have their last address on the field. We'll do our tips as well before we go down to Kate. Paul, what have you got for this one? Who do you think gets over the line and by how much?
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a really tight contest. I'm just going to favour Balwyn in this one by about 8 points.
Yeah, I've tipped Balwyn too. I think this will be similar sort of margin. I'm tipping less than a goal. I was tempted to change my tip, but I got told by Blake Tennant that I can't. So I put it in the record, so that's finalised as we head down to the boundary because Kate Green is now on the field. Kate, have we got you down at ground level?
Yes, you have. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Kate. How are you? And your thoughts on this game? It's a 2v3. This is another massive Division 1 game.
I too have gone Balwyn. I think it's going to be a really good contest. Both teams are keen for another win, so I think it's going to be tight. But I've just really enjoyed this morning getting to know some more of the players, both Balwyn and Knox, and that's what I love about women's footy.
Yeah, that's right. And as you can hear the siren right next to us, we're all set to go here round 6 of the Deakin University season as Knox looking to get the clearance forward. Quick handball. And that was from Stocks, and now they're inside 50. They're kicking down. Do you know what road that is, Paul?
The White Horse Road end, yeah,
of the ground.
So we've got a stoppage in the attacking 50 here for Knox to start this one off. And we will have another stoppage. So a ball up here is Knox looking to get the first goal here. Balwyn looking to clear it out of defence. That's a good tackle there. Here's an opportunity perhaps for Knox. That's nearly picked up there by Prentice. Kicked away here for Balwyn. That's a good mark there taken. As they look to go up the ground here, Knox have numbers back. It's a one-on-one here. And it will be a stoppage forward of centre for the Tigers. So the ball goes up here. Knox look to win the clearance here. There's Prentice again. She's had plenty of footy so far already to start this one off. Stoppage here is really hard to win space here for both sides. Good pressure so far. That's a kick away there by Warren. It's bouncing to numbers here from both sides, and we will have a stoppage.
So just a couple of minutes into this first quarter between the two second and third sides of Division 1. And a free kick's here being awarded. It's a high free kick, so going in the direction of Balwyn, they'll get a chance to go forward themselves. They'll kick towards centre half forward. Just getting a tap there from behind. They've linked up through numbers. And it was touched off the boot, but it was taken by Holly Maston, and she's off. She kicks towards the wing, looking for Stocks. Picked off here by Balwyn. And then the mark was taken by Igorov, who wants to play on straight away. And the umpire holds this one up on the far side. Beautiful conditions out here at Balwyn Park this morning. So the tap out in favour of Balwyn, but hard to get the clearance out of this one. Lynch gets through one. Socketed forward, picked off there by Holly Gibson, playing off the half-back.
Good kick
this afternoon. It's a great hit. There's Gasparoni, who Brotto mentioned at the start of the broadcast, someone who's one to watch out for. Balwyn have got some numbers in defence. They're able to get the handball away and then kick towards a dangerous part of the ground, and it's picked off here by Knox, Ella Ritchie. And Ritchie towards the hot spot of the forward 50, no mark taken. Out the back there's Lynch for the Tigers, and we'll get a ball up inside 50 for the Falcons. No score just yet in this clash.
Knox would like to have a say about that as they look to win the clearance, but Balwyn look to clear it out, and we will have another stoppage here. Deep in the attacking 50 for the Falcons. Cleared out there by Balwyn. Good tackle there laid as good numbers here from Balwyn. They look to clear it out, but so too from Knox. That's good smother there as Knox have it. They look to go backwards to go forwards, but Balwyn would like to have a say in that. Here's Knox again. They look to get it back inside 50. And Balwyn clear it out, and that'll be last touch going to Knox as they will launch it into their attacking 50. They look to take a mark here, and we'll have a stoppage. So no score as of yet. We're a couple minutes in to this contest. Ball goes up once again. Socket off the ground there. Is it a free kick? Free kick will be going to Balwyn. The ball's just coming back here. Been a lot of forward territory so far in Knox's forward 50, who are kicking towards the White Horse Road end of the ground. Knox look to enter back into the forward 50, and that's a great mark there taken for Knox. And she will line up for Knox's first goal of the morning. Kate.
That is number 25, Tamara Stocks.
Thank you, Kate. She's had a lot of possession so far. Tamara Stocks, as she lines up for the first goal of the game, it's coming back across the face, and that is still alive here. Shot on goal, and it is through for the first score of the game going to Knox. Knox lead one behind to Balwyn yet to score.
The only issue being up here on the balcony, we have no view of the scoreboard, Paul, so we might have to keep update with Kate on any updates. Obviously not been able to see it.
I can do that for you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Keep us updated with the time as well.
Okay, it's now 5:50 into the quarter.
Thank you, Kate, as Balwyn look to clear this one out towards the half-back line. Lynch is involved again, as pointed out at the start of the broadcast, Paul. One to keep an eye on.
Certainly is, as a stoppage here forward of centre for Knox. 6 minutes into the first quarter. That's a soccer off the ground there. As Balwyn look to clear it out of fence, she's got teammates in support. And we will have another stoppage just outside the inside 50 for the Falcons, as they have the only score of the game so far. It's one behind Knox. The Balwyn yet to score. As Balwyn look to go forward themselves. That's a good tackle late. Umpire says play on, and we'll do it all again, says the umpire. As both rucks contested. Socket off the ground. They're back inside 50 here for Knox. That's a good tackle there laid, and will be another stoppage.
Sitting at centre-half forward here for the Falcons. You said, Paul, they probably had more of the territory in the early stages of this quarter. The only score on the board, Stocks, and going nowhere. So good pressure from both sides early on in this contest, and we've seen in recent weeks that from certainly from Knox, as they look to go forward now towards the top of the square. Might just clear everyone, and it does, the first major of the day, going the way of the Falcons. And they move to 1-1-7 to Balwyn. No score in the early stages of this first quarter, Paul.
Yeah, good play there from Knox. They won there from the stoppage, and, it was a good play there.
Clear, yeah.
Certainly was, and, great start for Knox. They've had all the forward territory so far, so well done, Knox. First goal on the board.
So back in the middle again, we're going to get started. 1-1-7, plays no score. Falcons leading first term. Deakin University match of the round. Tap down, but Balwyn got all the numbers through the midfield. Can't quite able to keep control of that was Roland. So we get a ball up centre wing. Lynch again with the tap down. Been good so far. Picked up this time by Wagner. for the Falcons. Forward towards centre half forward. And in defence, that's a great mark there from Laura Chris. And she'll send it where it came from, out the back. It's all numbers here for Ella Ritchie, and the Falcons got the handball away. Good pressure by Balwyn to hold this one up. Getting through there was Oates. Got the handball off, the vice-captain. Back to Lynch. Lynch finds a bit of space and looking to find a teammate, bouncing over the top of her head and out of bounds. So we'll get a ball up right here on the boundary line, right in front of the Balwyn bench. Thanks for joining us on EFNL YouTube this morning for the Deakin University match of the round. Lynch with the tap down again. She's been in the team of the week this year and been a real influential player for the Tigers. You can see why this is the first time we've seen Balwyn live. So Lynch again, tapped it down. Ball going nowhere though. And that time it was wrapped up in a tackle. So 60 out from Balwyn's goal.
So forward of centre here for Balwyn is good. Play there from Knox as they clear it out of their defensive half. Good tackle there laid, and we'll have a stoppage as if you've just joined us. Knox lead 1-1-7 to Balwyn yet to score. Midway stages of this first quarter as that ball's taken their handball there by Rowland. She's had a lot of footy so far. Good tackle there. It's handballed over to O'Brien. Numbers here for Knox. And we will have a ball up as we're in forward of centre here for Balwyn. Good contest there by both ruck women as we will have a stoppage.
So right in front of us, centre wing again, Lynch with the tap down. Ball going nowhere, so we'll do it all over again. That's a 10-minute mark of the first term. Tap down again by Lynch. Kicked away. This time that was by Warren. And ball going nowhere back in the middle of the ground again. So Knox holding up quite nicely at the moment, defensively. Been able to stop a lot of their attack from the clearances as Lynch goes up uncontested. Towards centre half forward, but clears the back just through the hands of O'Brien. Pressure here for Gibson. Gets past one, gets past two, and gets a handball away. Might be picked off here by the Tigers. And they flock to this contest, and we'll get a ball up inside 50 for Balwyn. A couple of good moments from Gibson in these early stages, playing off the halfback this afternoon. Lynch again with the tap down, and ball going nowhere. Ruby Rock receiving that one. Former East Burwood player. There's quite a few in this lineup in Balwyn's first season in the competition. And there was O'Brien. Slipped through her fingers, and we'll get a ball up again. Still inside the Tigers forward 50, but their best opportunity for a goal.
Can Balwyn get a response? That's a good tackle there, laid by Candeloro. And Marcinell, a good tackle. A lot of support there from the girls as it'll be a free kick going to O'Brien. She'll kick it to the top of the square. Here's an opportunity perhaps. Numbers in favour of Knox. Good hip and shoulder there. And it'll be a ball up, so a big opportunity for Balwyn deep in the attacking 50 for the Tigers. Both rucks go at it. Cleared away there by Weldon. It'll go here towards Mackenzie. She kicks it back into the forward 50 and it'll go out of bounds and it'll be free kick going to Knox. The kick goes high up in the air down the line. Can someone grab a mark here? It is a good mark there taken there for Knox. Down the line. As they'll go back here for Balwyn into their, or just outside their attacking 50. It's a good Well done
Boundary.
there as we'll go down boundary to Kate Green in just a moment as Knox look to go forward here. Good numbers from Balwyn here to defend that, and still going on here as we will get a stoppage. We'll go down boundary to Kate.
You're 13 minutes 40 into this quarter, gentlemen.
Thank you, Kate, as 13:40 in this first quarter. 1-1-7 to Knox. No score to Balwyn yet as we will have a stoppage. Or free kick perhaps. It'll be going to Warren. She goes into the forward 50. Here's an opportunity perhaps. The kick is on the way. Bounces across the face. Just outside the goal square, and that will go through. Socket through for one behind for Knox. They lead 1-8 to Balwyn yet to score. 14 minutes into the second quarter.
Boundary.
We'll go boundary to Kate.
The one goal scorer for Knox was number 16, Zali Wagner.
Thank you, Kate.
And you're 4 minutes 40 again.
So
14
Balwyn under a
minutes,
bit
40.
of pressure here at half-back. The umpire says holding the ball, so it's still another opportunity for Knox to get their second of the term. They're going to go forward this time through ALO. Towards the top of the square. No mark taken out the back. Balwyn have got some numbers. And it's Lynch again, who's a long kick towards the middle of the ground. It was a good kick, just slipped through the hands there of her teammate, and it allows Knox to go back inside 50 again. Stocks. They link up again. And Jasmine Stocks puts on the right boot towards the goal square and taps over the boundary line. So we'll get a ball up deep inside Knox's forward 50.
Boundary.
Let's go down the boundary, Kate Green.
You have 4.5 minutes left. It's just gone 15:30.
So still plenty of time here, even for Balwyn, who look to clear this one out. But it's a mark by Fisher for the Falcons. So they've been able to lock it in here for the last couple of minutes and create a few opportunities. Standing in front. Now a chance for Roland. It's been good so far for the Tigers. Towards a corridor picked off by Gibson. Got away right boot towards the top of the square. Balwyn numbers at ground level there. Almost a shot on goal and just a minor score for the Falcons. So they move to 1-3-9. Balwyn yet to score.
Boundary.
And we'll go boundary to Kate Green.
Just with Balwyn, they just need to pick up their opposition player because a few loose players have put that ball back into Knox's 50.
So Balwyn clear it out of their defensive 50. Can they go forward themselves? Knox have got the numbers back. Can they hold, or can Balwyn get one out the back here and get it in their forward 50? Good smother there by Knox's. Pressure here from both sides. And we will have a ball up here just outside the attacking 50 here for Balwyn, as it'll be taken there by ALO. Cleared out and going back into the forward 50. Knox have the numbers back. Cleared away there by Weldon as Knox look to go on with it. But there's both Warren and number 25 for Balwyn. We don't have the number of just yet.
I will be on that now.
Thank you, Kate. As Balwyn will look to go forward. Is there a mark here taken? Socket off the boot of Wagner. And that will be going out of bounds. Wagner, the only goal kicker so far in this game. If you've just joined us. So inside the attacking 50 here for Balwyn. Knox look to clear it out of defence as both sides really bringing their pressure this morning. It's been great to see as Knox look to clear it away. That's a good tackle there as Balwyn look to go forward. Just got a boot to it. Knox look to clear it out. They're under pressure from Balwyn. It's cleared out of defensive 50. Balwyn will get it back. And pack of numbers from Knox forces a stoppage.
Boundary.
And we'll go boundary to Kate Green.
We have number 10, Campbell Rowland. She's actually number 25.
Thank you, Kate. As a good mark there taken by O'Brien. She's been really involved this morning so far as it bounces towards the goals. And it goes through for one behind. So the first score for Balwyn this morning, one behind for Balwyn, 1-3-9 for Knox.
Approaching quarter time here at Balwyn Park.
Boundary.
Gibson to take this in for the Falcons. Down to the boundary, Kate Green.
You have 55 seconds of this quarter left.
So can they go coast to coast? Less than a minute to go. That was Wagner again, but their kick is out of bounds on the full. So Balwyn will take possession. Still time if they get this ball moving to get one before quarter time. Again, it's Gibson there. Bounced off her chest, but is able to hold this one up, which is important for the Falcons as time ticks down before the quarter time siren. They're leading by 8 points, and they'll certainly take that. We spoke to Mike Tyson before the game, and a bit of a slow start last week against East Ringwood, so they're out of the gates first this week as we'll get another ball up just outside 50 and might just run out of time for
10
Balwyn.
seconds left.
Is any late chance? Lynch, they get it forward if they can get a mark here and in defence, and that's a great grab. In defence for the Falcons on the siren. I believe that was Ella Ritchie. And an important one there in defence as the quarter time siren sounds. And Paul, at quarter time, the score is?
So the score at the moment is Knox are leading 1-3-9 to Balwyn, one behind. Zali Wagner with the goal. We will go to a quick break. It's quarter time here at Balwyn Park as Knox lead by 8 points, 1-3-9 to Balwyn, one behind.
Good, thanks, Eddie, man. Yeah, all good. Well, I yeah, can you hear me or this is fun? Yeah, I said wrong. Oh, yeah, not just Hopefully I can get there. All good, mate. So, cheers.
I reckon I might do a stopwatch for the time.
Oh, yeah, good idea, too.
Welcome back to the women's match of the round here. It's Balwyn v Knox in Division 1 at quarter time. Knox lead 1-3-9 to Balwyn 1 behind. My name's Paul Uconi and alongside me is EFNL Media Manager Ryan Long. Ryan, how'd you see that first quarter pan out?
Yeah, it was a good quarter, obviously, for Knox, particularly coming off a bit of a slow start last week. They were out of the blocks pretty quickly, got the first one, and I don't know how much of a wind condition or wind breeze there is down that end of the ground, but it does look like it will probably be the scoring end this morning, so they took advantage of it. And I believe we've got Kate Green down on the boundary with Mike Tyson. Kate?
Mike, that first quarter was an extremely positive one. You girls come out firing. Your mids and forwards have been great, so have your backs. What's the message for this quarter?
Adapt to the conditions and just keep bringing the intensity with our tackling and our contested ball work. That is going to make a big difference on a day like this.
Any tactics that you're wanting the girls to improve on, or you're pretty pleased overall? I think we better get off the field before we get run over.
We just need to start like we finished the quarter. If we don't bring our intensity from it the first quarter, things may fall apart. So we're about a consistent four-quarter effort.
Thanks very much, Mike, and all the best.
Thanks, Kate Green with Mike Tyson, and we'll hear from Penny in just a moment as the siren sounds. The second term action here from Bolton Park. Back in the middle again, tapped down this time by Igorov for the Falcons. And wrapped up in the middle, so we'll have a ball up. And Paul's got the time watch, the umpire's called something here. I don't know what's happened. So just a bit of confusion here at the moment. Play being held up as...
Boundary.
Let's go down the boundary, Kate Green.
Balwyn has too many people on the field.
Okay, so... Just waiting to see this all play out at the moment.
They're doing a count.
Doing a head count at the moment. And Paul, you've got the stopwatch going for this quarter, so we'll have a good idea on how long's left.
Yes.
As the umpires...
You're a minute in now, gentlemen.
Okay, so
So we haven't seen this too often, have we, the old head count?
Yeah, it's... You don't really see it a lot in footy. I don't know what's going to happen here. We'll get Kate Green on that in just a moment.
He's keeping a good eye on it at the moment.
Both umpires just having a discussion as to what goes forward. Usually if there's a player, extra player on the field, it means that we move towards the opposition's 50, I think, from memory, but I'm not sure what the rules are these days.
So...
Usually if there are too many from... I don't know if it's still the same rules or not, but usually if there are, it means a score gets taken off. I'm not too sure about that, Ryan.
No, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
It's a free kick.
Because the time's still ticking, though.
Yeah, we're at 2 minutes just gone now. And Balwyn's calling out to them saying, yes, we have an extra player. We've said that 3 times. So...
so it's a free kick towards Knox, and they're going to have a potentially set shot on goal. We'll see how far up the field, if it's just 25 metres or if it's a...
I think it's a free shot on goal.
So it looks like they're going to the top of the square here.
Balwyn, not happy.
Yes.
Spectator.
Yes, we can hear that in the effects, Mike, as this will be a certain goal for Knox to start the term.
It's a learning curve, sadly, a very painful learning curve.
So, Taylor Prentice, there's his goal. She'll kick today. Right in the goal square for Knox's second, and they moved to 2-3-15 to 1 behind Balwyn due to a head count. One extra player on the field, Paul.
Yeah, you don't see that too often, but yeah, no, Knox certainly took advantage of that, and not a great start to the second quarter for Balwyn.
Yeah, well, back in the middle again. So we've gone now 3 minutes into this first quarter, and a lot of confusion there. So we've only really played about 30 seconds, but I believe we've got Kate's down on the boundary at the moment.
Just grabbing Penny. Her assistant coaches have bailed. Is that the case? They don't want to speak on mic?
Oh, I think there was just a bit of a mix-up and they're a bit frazzled at the moment, so I'll take the reins.
What was the message for the girls that quarter? Their defence down in Knox's attacking 50 was really great to just keep Knox to 1 and 3. What was the message for the girls for this quarter?
Yeah, so I think for us it was just about playing it back on our terms. We are really focusing on being accountable for our opponent, and we kind of let them fly and let them slip, but our defence is working really well. We're kind of looking at a new sort of positioning structure, so it's going to take them a little while to understand what that sort of looks like and why I want them to play a particular way, but it's going to take some time, as we knew, and just a little mix-up there, and who knows, we ran down the clock a little bit. Wasn't a coaching tactic, it just kind of happened.
Learning curve. It's all a learning curve.
Yeah, we just had one of our players come from work, so she thought she could get straight on, and I was like, yo, dude, what's going on? But anyway, is what it is.
Yeah, thanks very much, Penny, and all the best for this quarter. Rest of the game.
So
we'll speak soon.
Numbers between both sides. Knox go forward into their attacking 50. This will be cleared away by Griss. Now it's kicked out of there by Roland of the Campbell variety. Kicked high up in the air. Good intercept mark there taken for Knox, as she looks to go down the line here. Mark there was nearly taken. Good tackle there was laid. And it'll be a stoppage forward of centre for the Falcons. We've gone 5-10 in this second quarter. Knox lead 2-3-15 to Balwyn, 1 behind, as Balwyn look to go forward here. They look to win the clearance. Few too many handballs here. Can they get it out of defensive half here? That's a kick down the line as tackled there by Knox, and we will have a stoppage forward of centre for Balwyn in this second quarter as both rucks go at it. Clearance one there for Knox. Mark there were just bounced towards the one-on-one. Tackle there's laid, and that's a good tackle there as Knox get the free kick, and they look to go forward there. It was nearly smothered there. Numbers here for Balwyn. They look to clear it out, but Knox bringing numbers to the party, and a good tackle there by Cockerill, and a ball up just outside the attacking 50 of Knox.
Boundary.
We'll go boundary side to Kate Green.
Both teams are evenly matched in their defence and offence. I think it's just that Knox has been the team that's settled the quickest for this game, and that's actually played out in their score presently.
Certainly has, as Knox look to go forward here. And we're going to have a stoppage here. The umpire just calling for it back. So up in the air it goes. And we'll do it all again. So a 14-point lead for Knox. If you've just joined us here, thanks for joining us on YouTube, as the clearance is won there by Mastris. Knox look to go back in their forward half, however, and we'll do it all again. We have gone... We've gone 7:40 in this second quarter, Ryan.
So Knox again looking to go forward. Big tackle laid there by Lynch, and follows up her good work by collecting the football. Put it on the right boot Towards that far side again. Prentice doing well there for Knox. First to the ball. Got the handball away. Weldon inside 50. Ball to be won again by Lynch. Her kick, though, is smothered. Desperate pressure there from the Falcons, and a big tackle laid in the middle of the ground. It's a high free kick. It is going the way of Knox. So inside 50 they go. 2 one-on-one battles out the back there. Bourne will get there first. Chris again in defence, puts it towards that far side, but the Falcons, it's a 3-on-1. Mark dropped by Prentice, but had enough time to still collect the footy, got the handball away. Now picked off by the Tigers. Inside the corridor. Important ball to be won here. First to get there is Fisher. And towards centre half forward, bouncing ball just clears almost everyone as Franklin tries to collect this for the Tigers. And we'll get a ball up inside 50 here for the Falcons. They currently lead 2-3-15 to 1 behind Balwyn, a 14-point lead. Second versus third coming into this game, both matched up in round 1. The Tigers winning that contest out at Knox Gardens Reserve by 26 points. And again, we'll get another ball up. But right where you want to be if you're a Falcons player, inside 50.
Oof.
Almost cleaned up by our own teammate there. Play on. And they're pushing the back. So Stocks is... Or in fact, it is Stocks. So we'll have a chance to put through the Falcons' third. Be kicking from... Bit of an angle. So lining this one up. Jasmine Stocks been involved early. Good kick on its way. It's just to the left. So a minor score for the Falcons. That moves them to 2-4-16. Ball and 1 behind.
So 9:50 gone in this second quarter as Cockerill will take the kick in. As she will take the corridor on. No one on the mark as she kicks out of the defensive 50 here. Can work out for Balwyn. Knox have the numbers back. And that's a... Well, mark was nearly taken. Oh, it's good contest there as Balwyn look to go for it themselves. Numbers here for Knox. Kicked there by Pesale. And we will have a stoppage here. In fact, there will be a stoppage here just forward of centre. We're in the middle of the ground here. And there'll be another stoppage. We'll go down to Cade on the boundary.
I feel that just for Balwyn to kind of settle themselves down, they really do need that major just to get their focus, because I think they're a bit erratic at the moment with their play and just making, unfortunately, unforced errors.
So Balwyn edging closer to goal. They're in their forward half. Balwyn look to go forward. That's a good tackle there, and it'll be a stoppage as both rucks go at it. Real pack of players around it for both sides. We'll do it all again. Up she goes. Both rucks go at it. Hard to win clean footy here at the moment, isn't it, Ryan?
Yeah, but it's probably Balwyn's best opportunity here for the quarter.
Balwyn look to get their first goal on the board. They get it into their forward 50. Here's a mark taken. Not quite there. Knox look to clear it out. Good smother there. And we will get a free kick here, perhaps going to... That'll be a stoppage. Apologies as both rucks go at it. Kicked forward here for Balwyn. Sitting back in defence. Is it gone through for 1 behind? It has. So it's Balwyn's second behind. They move to 2 behinds. Balwyn to Knox 2-4-16. We've gone 12:45 in this second quarter.
So the Falcons through Gibson look to clear this one out, standing underneath that. Great mark taken. Dallas Rowland looked to play on straight away. He got a lot of pressure here. Just got the handle away in time. And a high free kick. So the free kick going here to Ruby Rock. Gets past one, sells the candy and puts it towards the top of the square. Almost a mark taken there by Baldus there. Her first look at it this afternoon. Or morning, should I say. And ball up about 20 out from the ball and goals. Their best opportunity here for their first major of the day. It's the Falcons leading 16-2. And we're going to get another stoppage.
So deep in the attacking 50 for Balwyn. As we get another stoppage just at the top of, almost at the top of the goal square here. And another stoppage.
Boundary.
We'll go boundary to Kate.
Sorry, gentlemen, I've stopped counting stoppages.
There has been a lot of stoppages in this game so far. Very contested game so far by both sides. And we will get a free kick going to Knox. As it'll be taken there by Armstrong Smith. The kick going to the boundary here. Can knock ball and go backwards to go forwards, but Knox will have a say in that. They look to go forwards here. It's a good tackle there. Good contest in the middle here. As Knox get it back. And we will get a stoppage. So scores 2-4-16. Knox to Balwyn 2 behinds.
So, of course, around the grounds as well. Early start, it was South Belgrave by a point over South Croydon, 4-5-29 to 4-4-28. Big result there. Vermont leading Whitehorse as well, 1-4-10 to 1-1-7. We'll keep you updated with all those scores around the grounds this morning in round 6 of the Deakin University Senior Women's Competition for 2025. Here it's the Falcons leading 16-2. As the ball is held up here. Still outside the forward 50 for the Tigers. Have done all the attacking in the last 5 minutes of this contest. Yet to get reward for their effort. Of course, the other two games in Division 1, North Ringwood playing Donvale, they're 27-1 leading, and East Ringwood leading Surrey Park 10-4.
So it'll be a free kick going on. Who was leading 27-1? North Ringwood.
That is, yep, correct.
As Knox look to go forward here. It's a open 50. No one in the 50 for either side at the moment. Numbers back for Ball, but could work out here for Knox. They look to go forward. That's a good tackle there. Umpire says play on. Probably should have been holding the ball. And it will go out of play there. Good work. Good tackle there by Tamara Stocks. And it'll be a stoppage in the forward in the attacking 50 here for the Falcons. As we have gone 16-40 in this second quarter. They lead by 14 points, the Falcons. And tackle there again by Stocks of the Tamara variety. Up she goes. Both rucks go at it. As it'll be cleared out there by O'Brien. Hard ball will win, and there'll be stoppage in the forward. Forward of centre for the Falcons. They lead by 14 points. Socket off the ground here. Knox look to go forwards. Good pressure by Balwyn. That'll be another stoppage.
Boundary.
Let's go down the boundary with Kate Green.
Tackles percentages pretty much equal. Knox is leading in percentage time in their own forward 50.
Thanks there, Kate, as Tamara Stocks wrapped up in a tackle. And again, we'll get another ball up right in front of Kate on the boundary. Beautiful conditions out here at Balwyn Park. this Saturday morning as the tap down going nowhere. Some scores in Division 3 as well. Coldstream leading North Ringwood Red 4-8-32 to 2-1-13. Churnside Park 1-1-7 leading Ferntree Gully, one behind. As the tap down again favours Knox. It's a repeat stoppage. And an upset potentially brewing at Walker Park, Paul. Mitcham leading South Croydon Red 2-3-15 to 1-3-9.
So, stoppage here, both rucks go at it. As Knox look to go forward, it's high up in the air, just below our commentary position, cleared out of there by Pisasali. But Knox look to go back in, high up in the air, and it goes out of play, and that will be a last touch going the way of the Tigers. As Griss goes down the line. So Knox look to go forward here again. And there'll be another stoppage.
We can hear from the boundary at the moment, looking to lock this one up. There's not long to go before the halftime siren, Paul.
So up, the ball goes up in the air again. We've got 19-15 in this second quarter, so not long before half-time. Can Knox get a goal and get out to 20 points, or can Balwyn respond here? That's a push in the back, so free kick will be going to Knox. Here's an opportunity perhaps. High up in the air. Is there an opportunity perhaps? There's Stocks. Stocks lays the tackle, and we'll have a stoppage. So deep in the attacking 50 for the Falcons.
Boundary.
We'll quickly go boundary to Kate.
There's just a little bit of frustration creeping into the Balwyn team at this point in time, and I can understand why.
As the siren goes there for half-time here as Knox lead by 14 points. They lead 2-4-16 to Balwyn 2 behinds. As the goal kickers so far in this game, of course, Wagner kicked a goal in the first quarter and Prentice with the only goal of the second quarter. What did you make of that first half, Ryan?
Sorry, Paul, I switched off the headset. No, it was a good first half, particularly for the Falcons, and in pretty even second term. I think both sides had momentum at stages, but it was that mistake at the start with an extra play on the ground that got that led to the Taylor Prentice goal, which gave Knox in this third quarter. But if you're the Falcons walking in at halftime, you're going to be pretty impressed with the way they've started the game. And we're going to have a break here before we return for the second half. It is the Falcons leading 2-4-16 to 2 behinds Balwyn.
What's that? The breed?
Yeah, it's more of a slow breeze. How are you? And it's coming kind of like at a across from the end of that wooden there, across here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Kind of like at a, say, 45-degree angle across the field.
Yeah.
From White Horse Road into the upper overland. Very local and very local.
I played a bit more open play in the second half. It's been a bit harder.
It's been very boxed up.
It's been very repetitive, I what you're saying. Every another stop there,
But that comes down to the presence
Yeah.
on both sides, which is a positive coach-wise. I'd say just because it's mainly been sticking down the corridor rather than, utilising all of the ground. Yeah. But that's been for both sides. Had a good game so far. Stunned over how close South Gold was Cleveland was. Yeah. So did we all pick South Gold there?
After in the red.
Kind of sad how when teams have a player out for a season that is their injury, just how much of an impact that is.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Deakin University Women's Match of the Round. It's half time here at the moment as Knox lead 2-4-16 to Balwyn 2 behind. I'm Paul Yaconi and alongside me is media manager Ryan Long, who is going to bring us some scores for us.
Yeah, we got some scores around the grounds this morning, of course, from all divisions in the senior women's competition, and we read this one out in the second quarter, but the final score out at Cheon Park between South Croydon and South Belgrade, it was the Saints 4-5-29 defeating South Croydon 4-4-28. So a 1 point win for them. And just having a quick look, the quarter by quarter, they actually led at 3/4 time South Croydon 27-10. And a big final term from South Belgrade. They kicked 3 goals, keeping a South Croydon goalless to walk away with a 1 point win and stay undefeated. Looking through the rest of the division, Vermont have now skipped ahead 3-4-22 to 1-1-7 Whitehorse. No updates from the Basin in their clash against the Eastern Devils, and no update from Bronya Park Orchards. Moving into Division 1 as the two sides here out at Balwyn Park return to the field for the second half, preparing to go. In Division 1, of course, we've got this game here, which is said at the start that the Falcons are leading by 12 points at half-time. And the other two games, in North Ringwood, a handy lead over Donvale. They've stretched that out to 30-7, but Donvale kicking their first in that second term. And then Surrey Park, East Ringwood, another close one. East Ringwood leading 2-5-17. Surrey Park 1-5-11. And we're about to go here out at Balwyn Park. And your thoughts on this in this first half? Obviously, it was a little bit congested at times, a lot of stoppages, but the pressure's been good from both sides, and the Falcons have been able to capitalise on some of their opportunities that they've had where Balwyn going inside 50 just haven't quite got one yet. We'll leave that discussion for now because we do have Kate Green on the boundary.
Okay, I'm just down here with assistant coach Carl Oates. Carl, tough half for the girls, but all kudos to them for their back half defence. It's been really strong and a big positive for you guys. What highlights have you seen so far, and what's the message for the girls moving forward?
I think one of the highlights for us is really just making sure we play accountable football. We were able to only concede that goal from a free kick in that quarter, so we're pretty happy at how we set up behind the ball. So we don't want to do too much too differently. We've got the win, so we want to play more attacking, but we want to be accountable at stoppage, accountable in defence, and then when it comes in forward, try and lock it in and get repeat efforts, repeat shots at goals. So that's been our messaging to the girls. We start again, 0-0 as far as we're concerned, and yeah.
Thanks very much, Carl, and all the best.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks there to Carl and Kate Green as well on the boundary as play resumes here in this third term. And we'll also hear from the Knox huddle and their thoughts going into this second half. Nice lead for them. Out of the middle here, it's a chance for Rowland to send the Tigers into attack. Baldersare's at front position, tapping it to herself. She's able to get it on the second grab, got the handball away. They're trying to link up. It's cut off here by Gibson, who's done very well in defence this morning and holds that up as the Tigers are looking to break through. So Lynch out of the ruck. Probably been the Tigers' best so far. Under a bit of pressure here. It's cut off, and this could be their best chance.
Good work.
Again, it's well done there by Ella Ritchie.
Good smother there by Ritchie. As Balwyn have possession in their attacking 50.
It was out of bounds on the full, so Ruby Rock.
So Top of the square here for the Tigers. Can they get a mark? Numbers here from Knox. Good tackle there, and we will have a stoppage deep in the attacking 50 for Balwyn.
Boundary.
We'll go boundary in just a moment as a big opportunity here for Balwyn. Can they get it on the boot? And we'll have another stoppage and we'll go down quickly to Kate.
I'm just here with Mike Tyson. Very positive first half. Pretty pleased with the girls' offence and defensively.
Yeah, we were. Our tackling intent again in the second quarter was fantastic, but our game awareness is the positive thing that we're trying to instill on all our women this year. Our wingers are playing a very good role on the outside, and they're providing that second layer of defence for our inside mids.
So just continue pushing that forward for the next half.
Well, yeah, especially this next 18 minutes. It's a pretty strong win now, so we just got to be disciplined and just play our role properly, because we got to hopefully shut them out this quarter so we can come home hard.
Thanks very much, Mike, and all the best.
Thank you.
So free kick here going to Balwyn. They've started this game in their forward 50 so far. Can they get a goal back? The kick will go out of bounds there and into their attacking 50 once again.
Well, that's been the message from both coaches, that the breeze has really picked up, and it's really now or never for Balwyn. They've got to use it while they've got it. Yes, boundary, Kate?
Just noted that Knox have two people on Baldassar whenever she's in potential for the goal to grab the ball.
Well, there she was again. She got the handball away, but again, we'll get another ball up deep inside Balwyn's attacking half. 3.5 minutes into this third quarter. Thanks for joining us on EFNL YouTube for today's clash, the Deakin University match of the round. Second versus third in Division 1. Tapped down again by Baldassar. She won't pick this one up, but Knox are flooding the numbers there to hold the Tigers. Can they get the opening goal of this quarter? Again, Baldassar got it to Oates. We're off the right boot, standing underneath this one. The mark is taken by Dowsing in defence and looks to play on straight away. And the bouncing ball just, I don't know if the wind took that one, but it's given the Tigers an opportunity. Mackenzie will centre it, and it's 25-metre penalty. So across the mark was Ella Ritchie. And
She actually didn't give the full meterage for being in defending that kick in.
So Mackenzie will line up directly in front. And Gibson will have to be on the line here, pretty much, as Mackenzie lines up for the Tigers' first of the afternoon. And they're on the board. 1-2-8.
That's going to lift Balwyn a lot.
To 2-4-16 Knox, and a important goal, Kate, for the Tigers to get started with that breeze. How is it down there, conditions-wise?
It is quite breezy, and it is favouring that upper oval end. So Balwyn really has to take advantage of having the wind behind them. Otherwise, Knox is just going to run over them in the fourth quarter by taking advantage of that wind.
So just what Balwyn needed to start this third quarter. They got their first goal on the board as Balwyn looked to go forward here, but Knox looked to win the clearance. It's bouncing towards a one-on-one. Here's Balwyn right through quarter. That's a good tackle, and that's holding the footy. That's a great tackle there by Prentice, who is one of two goal kickers for Knox so far in this game. Here's an opportunity for Balwyn as they look to run with it. Just bounces past. Knox have it back. That's a good intercept mark taken and plays on quickly right through the corridor. That's a great intercept mark there taken by Weldon. Played well so far for Knox, Ellie Weldon.
Come across from the basin as well.
So it'll be a stoppage here. A lot of leaves blowing across us as well from our commentary position as it goes into the forward 50, and that's a great mark taken by Baldassar. And she will go for goal here. Will it come back? Just moved to the left, so one behind there. As Balwyn moved to 139, Knox 2-4-16. In this third quarter, we've gone 6:40.
So, bit of pressure now on Knox to be able to keep this out of their back half. As the Tigers looking to lock it in. Balwyn again pushes past an opponent, gets the handball away, and they're looking to go inside 50. Big tackle laid, and it was a high tackle. So Balwyn get the free kick outside their forward 50 arc. They'll give themselves another chance. They've got one on the board in this quarter, and they might have a second. The mark was taken. Was touch play on because the umpire seemed to move that on pretty quickly. Came off the hands of Gibson. She follows up with a good tackle. This time wrapped up by Ruby Rock, and we'll get a ball up inside 50. The Tigers pushing, looking for their second of the term.
Boundary.
We'll go to the boundary in just a moment as Balwyn looks to take this out of the ruck and going nowhere. Boundary with Kate Green.
Balwyn's come out with almost seems like a new, fresh vigour to get scores on the board at the moment.
Clearing this out is Prentice, and that is correct. They've certainly want to use this wind advantage in this quarter. This ball will be held up here in the middle of the ground. We get a ball up.
So, in the middle of the ground here at Balwyn Park. Balwyn look to win the clearance. It bounces here towards the attacking 50. And we will have a free kick going to Knox. Goes down the line here. Good intercept mark there was taken there by O'Brien, who's been really involved. Been one of Balwyn's best so far, but that's an intercept mark there taken by Holly Gibson. As she goes down the line here. As an opportunity now for Balwyn here, but Knox looked to clear it away. Kicked high up in the air. As Knox have it. They look to go down the line. That's a good intercept mark there taken for Balwyn. They're taken by Strang. So Strang assesses her options, goes through the corridor as numbers here for both sides. And it'll be another stoppage as the wind has really picked up in this third quarter, and it is favouring the right of screen. I don't know what end you'd call that, but it'll be...
I'm calling it the upper oval end.
The upper oval end is... It'll go towards the White Horse Road end of the ground, and we will have a stoppage.
So Knox moving forward, the first time they've been inside their attacking half in this term. Tapped down again by Lynch. And the pressure there from Stocks, who's been good in this contest. If they can get one against the breeze, that will certainly help their chances of going to win this game, the Falcons. Under a bit of pressure here. Just getting away in time. The Tigers look to clear it out. Bouncing footy eludes a few. Gibson get the handball. Out there is Fisher. Sock it over the ground once, then picked it up. Big tackle laid that time by Franklin. Play on, sock it off the ground, and it was in danger too. So it'll be a free kick going towards the Tigers. It'll be Roland again. Was listed as one of the players to keep an eye on today's clash with the Tigers. Kicks it towards a pack of three, and it just cleared everyone, but the umpire pulled the free kick out of it, and it is going the Tigers' way.
It was pushed in the back.
So a chance it's a one-on-one. Oates is there for the Tigers. The bounce just went over the top of her head. Didn't suit her and almost favoured Richie there.
That was such an unlucky bounce, wasn't it?
Just cleared her. So, but it's right where they want it to be, right in their forward half, about 25 out from their goals. They've kicked the only goal in this third term, the Tigers. Tapped down by Boulders there, stolen this time by Warren, trying to clear it out. Lynch is there, loading from outside the arc, bouncing footy. Gibson gets there in time and rushes it through for a behind. Good defensive pressure there. And the score now, Paul, 139 to 2-4-16.
1-4-10.
1-4-10. Thank you, Kate.
So it's back to a goal to difference here at Balwyn Park, and that's a good mark there taken by Marston, as she will go down the line. As here's an opportunity here, picked up by Warren, kicked away there by Armstrong-Smith. Now it goes towards the attacking 50 of Knox. Numbers here for Balwyn, as it'll be a stoppage forward of centre for the Falcons, as we have gone 12 minutes in this third quarter. 2-4-16 to 1-4-10 in favour of Knox. Hard footy to win. Been great pressure from both sides in this contest. We'll have a ball up.
This quarter's been a really great quarter.
Certainly has, Kate, as Knox look to win possession and kick it forward, and we will get another stoppage as the wind has really picked up in this third quarter here. Can Knox get one against the breeze? As we will have another stoppage, as we'll go to Ryan Long for some scores.
Around the grounds, Blackburn leading Waverley Blues 11-12, 78 to 3-4-22. Montrose Mirrabah, a low-scoring game there, 3-1. The Montrose side leading that one. And Beaconsfield Kilsyth, it's the Cougars leading by a goal, 2-3-15 to the Eagles, 1-3-9 out at Home Park Reserve. And right here at Balwyn Park, it is the Falcons leading by a goal. But with the breeze at the moment, the Tigers have done most of the attacking. They'll look to use the corridor again, looking for Boldus there. The skipper and Knox doing quite well to get onto this one. If you can just pick it up, has a teammate there in Gibson to help her, and she'll send it down the line, picked off by Lynch, and she's off inside 50, looking for Oates out the back. Picked it up, got the handball away, couldn't quite hit her target. Still going, and it was a throw, so I believe that was Weldon with the tackle. And that was a very important one because could have been a ball and goal, and that would have tied things up. So doing well there.
Lynch has been impressive for Balwyn.
Yeah, probably been arguably their best player today.
As the free kick will be taken there by Weldon. She's been one of Knox's best. Kicks look to clear it out of the defensive 50 as Knox look to clear it out, but good work there by the number 25 in Rowland of the Campbell variety, and it goes out of play here as we have gone 14-25 in this third quarter. Knox lead by a goal, 2-4-16 to Balwyn, 1-4-10. Balwyn look to go forward here. That's a good tackle on O'Brien, and we will have another stoppage in the forward 50.
Gentlemen, there's potential for a tied game.
There certainly is. As kicking with the breeze here, Balwyn. That's taking possession there was Ella Ritchie, and we will have a stoppage.
So the Tigers into attack again. Pressure is lifted from both sides in the last few minutes. Knox desperately trying to hold this one off and clear it out again. And they will, but the Tigers have well set up behind the play here. Franklin should be able to run onto this one. Gets it just in time. Got the handball to her teammate running past in Strang. And it could get held up here in the middle of the ground. So the Tigers doing most of the attacking, but you'd say Knox would be pretty happy to walk into three-quarter time still with a lead, knowing that they'll have the breeze in the final quarter. So we'll see what happens here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. As a free kick's here going to be paid towards Knox.
Time is 15:45, so we've got 4 1/4 minutes left of this quarter.
Thanks, Kate. As Armstrong Smith looks to hit up a target, but it was cut off just in time there by Rowland and held up here. So we'll get another ball up in the middle of the grounds, approaching the three-quarter time siren, Paul.
So stoppage here in the middle of the ground. Knox look to go forward. They win the clearance. Balwyn looking to respond, however. That's a good tackle there, and it's holding the footy. So great tackle there, as it is the number 33, Jasmine Stocks. She will kick it into the forward 50. Is there a mark on here? It's a good intercept mark there by Balwyn and taken there by Mastris.
That was a great save.
Certainly was. Is there a free kick? It'll be going the way of Knox.
I think it's Balwyn free kick.
Balwyn. So I thought the other one arm go the other way, but it will be going to Balwyn. Down the line here. Good mark there taken for Knox as she kicks down the line. Great play here by the Falcons. They can get one here just before 3/4 time. They will take it as a mark here. Here's an opportunity perhaps. No mark taken, and we will get a stoppage in the attacking 50 of Knox. We've gone 17.5 in this third quarter as
Play down, number 37, Gasparoni for Knox.
So she's back on her feet, but umpire holding time just for the moment. We are coming up to the last couple of minutes here in this third quarter, but Knox have it inside their forward 50, leading by a goal.
You got 2
Lynch
minutes,
out of
10.
the ruck. Kick was smothered. Pressure from Knox has been good. Was that a shot on goal and a bouncing through? I didn't see who kicked that one, Kate, but...
Number 5, Kapalasis, Cyan.
A great goal there to put the Falcons up by two goals, Paul.
yes, big goal right before 3/4 time. It's been a good response there by Knox, and it's kicking against the breeze. They've kept Balwyn a 1 goal this quarter. They got a goal themselves, so a 2-goal lead right before 3/4 time. Great response there by Knox.
Yeah, against the flow of play, and obviously against the breeze too.
So can Balwyn get a response right before 3/4 time? We will have a stoppage.
The difference between both teams' play is that Knox has gone very considered and measured, where Balwyn's still got a little bit of that desperation in their play.
So here's Prentice as she was tackled, and will be a ball up right on the cricket pitch here at Balwyn as Knox look to go forward. Socket off the ground there as a good tackle there, and it's holding the footy, and that'll be going the way of Marquette, the debutant for the Falcons, as she kicks high up in the air. That's a good mark there, taken there by Weldon. She goes forward. Opportunity here, goes across the face. Opportunity here perhaps for Knox, and it has gone out of bounds, I think. And there's a free kick.
It'll be the Tigers footy here, I think.
So last touch here, the Tigers have the footy. As nearly the end of the third quarter here, it's Knox leading by 2 goals. 3-4-22 Knox to Balwyn 1-4-10 as she tries to clear it out defensive 50. And that is 3/4 time here at Balwyn Park. A goal apiece.
There's still
in the third quarter.
They paid the mark too, so Gibson is going to have a set shot from outside 50.
Well, a big moment here in this game as Holly Gibson, the vice-captain for the Falcons, won the vice-captain's forum. She goes for goal here. There's a whistle. And
The opposition player was over the mark.
so it'll be 25 here.
Is it? No, I don't think so. No, there isn't. So no score.
So 3/4 time here at Balwyn Park. Knox leading 3-4-22 to Balwyn 1-4-10. Ryan Long, the goal kickers for that third quarter.
The third quarter there, the goal kickers for the Tigers. Courtney McKenzie with their goal in the third term, and Capusela's kicked the last one for the Falcons to extend that lead to 12 points at the three-quarter time siren. Well, don't go anywhere. We've got one final quarter to go out here at Balwyn Park. It is Knox leading 3-4-22 to 1-4-10.
He's going to go and water boy out too as we move past Knox. So, come back and both were surprised in the video. Go away, mate. Yeah, I'd say. You going to say? Yeah, I'll say. Two good games. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Ed.
Welcome back to the Deakin University match of the round out here at Balwyn Park. It is the Tigers and Falcons going head-to-head, second versus third in the Division 1 competition. And at three-quarter time, it is the Falcons leading 3-4-22 to 1-4-10. And that last goal in the last couple of minutes there, giving the Falcons just that bit of a buffer, Paul, going into the final break. And with the breeze as well, they'll take some beating from here.
Yeah, certainly will. But there have been some goals kicked to the White Horse Road end of the ground, so it's not over yet. But they needed to get one or two goals in that third. They got a goal, but we did say at half time they probably did need to be in front or be. It's only two goals, but they didn't want to give up that goal against the Breeze right before three-quarter time. Balwyn
about to make their way out to their positions. Just scores around the grounds, as we mentioned earlier. South Belgrade beating South Croydon by a point, 4-5-29, 4-4-28. Vermont versus Whitehorse. The Pioneers have come back in that third term to bring the margin back to 9 points. Vermont still leading 5-6-36 to 4-3-27. Looking at this division, of course, just the 6 teams playing in it, which makes every game so important. But North Ringwood leading Donvale 7-10-52 to 3-1-19. And that Surrey Park East Ringwood game, no update since halftime. It was 2-5-17, East Ringwood leading Surrey Park 1-5-11. And I believe we've got Kate Green down on the boundary.
Hi, I'm just here with the other assistant coach, Matthew. Do you have a last name?
It's Bailey, yeah.
Very positive quarter for the girls in that third quarter. Little bit of heartbreak not being able to get a second major in that quarter, but there's a lot of positives moving forward from that. What was the message about that quarter, and what's the message for this final quarter?
So the message for that quarter was just to surge the ball forward. So we really needed to make sure that we controlled the way the wind flow was going. Obviously, this is the wind area. So I really wanted to just make sure that we surge the ball forward and just get the ball into our forwards, because we're not really giving them the first opportunity at the moment. And that's pretty similar to what our second messaging is for this last quarter. So it's just surge the ball forward. Let's try and give our forwards the most opportunity that we can. So we're still not quite playing up to the level that we think we are. So yeah, I'm excited for us to be able to finally put that together.
But there's a lot of positives moving forward for this.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's always positives. So
thanks very much, Matthew, and all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thanks there, Matthew, and Kate as well on the boundaries. We're back here at Balwyn Park. As we said, a 2-goal lead for the Falcons, but the Tigers pushing forward themselves now. Lynch of the ruck has been impressive all morning. Just outside their forward half against the breeze. If they can get the first one, it will certainly make things quite interesting going into the final quarter. The tap down again by Lynch. Trying to get through there was Rowland. The ball going nowhere, so we'll have another ball up just outside the forward 50 arc here for the Tigers. Lynch in front position. Stolen here by the Falcons. Looking to clear this one out. The tackle by Maston. Tapped away. Picked off by Lynch. Couldn't get a kick in time. Ball going nowhere. So we'll head down to the boundary in just a moment, because Kate will have Mike Tyson with her, who'll be very happy at the moment with that third term, the way they responded as they look to use the corridor.
Boundary.
And we've got Kate on the boundary.
Mike, that was a very impressive third quarter with your defence and just keeping ball into that one major. What was the message to the girls regarding that quarter and for this final quarter?
Yeah, again, it's a different quarter with the wind, so we just have to make sure we attack and get speed on the ball. As you can see now, it's going
Here's
forward.
Here's an opportunity for Knox, and it goes through.
We just got to go, and that's from having the ball in motion and trying to keep the ball moving at all times. And that goal we got at the end of the third quarter there, we've been watching the footage of ball, and we know their rucks are trying to grab it out, so it's just the game awareness to be there in tight, and it worked well. But we just got to keep our intensity up, our pressure at the ball and the ball carrier, and when we get it, just move it as quick as we can.
And that goal scorer for that goal just...
Yeah, so Jazzy Sox then, high half forward. She's out of the under-18s last year. Ex-Eastern Rangers, so it's good to have a bit of quality, and she's got a bit of a licence to run and take the game on, which she did just then, which is great.
Thanks very much, Mike, and all the very best. The team's really running well at the moment.
Thank you so much.
So great goal there by Jasmine Stocks. As
played really well today, Paul.
She certainly has. She's just put Knox 3 goals in front of Balwyn, 4-4-28 to Balwyn 1-4-10 at the start of this last quarter, as there'll be ball up forward of centre for the Falcons. Good tackle there by ALO, as we do it again, as hard ball to win. There'll be another stoppage. So both rucks go at it. Really big start to the last quarter for the Falcons. If you just joined us, of course, we have a game later on after this one between Chirnside Park and Kilsyth in Division 4. Big game out there at Chirnside Park, as we will get a stoppage here.
But currently the Falcons lead at the moment. They're 4-4-28 to 1-4-10. The Tigers looking to see if they can get one back. There's Rowland, gets past the tackle and gets away and gets the kick off to Boulders there. Couldn't quite mark it. And Knox flood back and hold this one up again in their defensive half. And it's been a big positive for them today. They've been able to keep Boulders there pretty quiet. as they look to escape their back half. Bouncing footy towards the wing now. Grabbing it first here, Balwyn through the hands of Strang, but she's wrapped up in a tackle.
Tamara Stocks.
And Tamara Stocks will look to move this on pretty quickly, looking to find Jasmine Stocks, but in defence, a great mark there by Laura Griss, who's played well herself today. Down towards, looking for centre half forward and looking for Oates. And it comes out again through the middle of the ground. Lynch will run onto this one. Grabs it first possession, swung around in tackle and wrapped up. Ball going nowhere. And we'll get a ball up in the middle of the ground. Of course, we have the Hoyt Eastland Best on Ground voucher to hand out to the best player adjudged on ground today. Quite a few options, Paul, that we'll certainly have a look at as the Tigers look to get one back. They go forward again, bouncing footy towards their half forward line.
Knox are just swarming. They're everywhere. At every turn that Balwyn go to make a play, there's at least 2 Knox players there.
Certainly are. It's been very hard footy for Balwyn to win. It's been certainly great pressure by the Falcons as they look to clear it out of the defensive 50. And we'll have a ball up here just outside the attacking 50 of Balwyn as Knox lead 4-4-28 to Balwyn 1-4-10 in this last quarter here. Good tackle there. Knox looked to clear it out of the defensive half, but Balwyn will go back in. Balwyn, can they get a goal back? Good tackle there. Got a boot to it. As Knox looked to clear it out of defence, and it's going to be a free kick going the way of the Tigers. Or is it? It is a free kick going to the Tigers, and it's going the way of Talia Oates. No, it's not. So apologies for that, as Knox looked to clear it out of defensive 50. Down the line is numbers from both sides. Kicked back into the forward half. Can they go forward here, the Tigers? There's a kick there by Mastras. And a good intercept mark there taken for the Falcons.
So in defence, they've been really good today. They look to try and clear this one out. Cut off by Ruby Rock for the Tigers. At the half-forward line here for Balwyn. 4-4-28 plays 1-4-10. Thanks for joining us on EFNL YouTube for the Deakin Unity match of the round between Balwyn and Knox, second versus third coming into this game.
You've got 7 minutes 35 of this game gone.
Thanks, Kate. Is any late twist of the tail for the Tigers if they can get something going? O'Brien bouncing footy came off someone's hands towards their forward half, and they just can't quite create much space, Paul, and that's credit to what Knox have been able to do today.
Certainly has. There has been a comeback at another game earlier this morning with South Belgrave getting up over South Croydon, so it's not out of the equation just yet, but they need to get a goal or two quickly, as it's a clearance one there by the Falcons. And Knox will go down the line here. That mark there just went past Leah. Here's a kick into the forward half. There's a good intercept mark there taken for the Falcons. The handball backwards to go forwards. Balwyn have the numbers. So do Knox as they look to go forward. That's a mark, or there's touch play on there taken by Lynch, who's been one of the standouts for Balwyn in this one. And it'll be another stoppage. Just forward of centre for the Tigers. 8 minutes, 8.5, nearly gone in this last term. Knox lead 4-4-28 to Balwyn 1-4-10. Real scrum here at the moment, and we will get another stoppage.
The umpire just letting it play on for a little bit longer to see if it came out. We'll get a ball up. 70 out from the Balwyn goals. It's the second time the two sides have met this season. First going the way of the Tigers, and this one it does look like the Falcons are going to walk away with the 4 points unless Balwyn can kick 3 goals pretty quickly. And against the Knox defence has just been outstanding today.
Coming up to 10 minutes gone of this quarter.
So the ball comes out again until it's brought to the umpire. And we do have player down on the ground, so we'll keep an eye on that. Kate Green's on the boundary at the moment. Just a bit slow to get up. Hopefully she's all right as she gets her way up to her feet. Can't quite see who that is yet, but she's about to be making her way off towards the interchange in the hands of the trainers. So ball thrown up, play resumes, tapped down by Lynch, went straight down onto the chest of Wagner, but wrapped up in another tackle. So again, we're still 60 to 70 metres out from the ball and goals.
Boundary.
And they just can't quite get any space. The tackling pressure has been unbelievable from Knox. Umpire lets it play on. Rowland went through about 3 and just kept going. And now it's held up as we'll go down the boundary, Kate Green.
The injured player is number 19, Cass Warren for Knox.
Thanks, Kate. As Warren comes off the field, we're still at the same position.
A lot of desperate roars just before the hole in the ball there, Ryan.
Yep.
It's a real hard footy to win on the ground, and we will have a stoppage.
It's gone back to being like it was in first quarter, very scrappy, very contested.
Certainly has. As we'll have another stoppage ball, and Knox will take him as they come.
It's what the Falcons will want at this stage, just to lock this down, and more stoppages the better when they've got a 3-goal lead.
Certainly are. As Balwyn look to go forward here, can they take a mark? Not quite there. Just goes past Belders there. As Knox look to clear it out of fence, that's a good tackle laid. Here's an opportunity now. There's O'Brien with the handball. Can they get a goal back here? Oh, does it really well there, spin around the body, but top of the square, is there an opportunity for Balwyn? And a mark is taken, and it is taken by Boulders there. Can she get a goal back here?
The wind's just died just slightly at ground level.
So Boulders there comes in, and the kick has gone to the left. So it's one behind. Balwyn 1-5-11 to Knox 4-4-28.
So that's now a 17-point lead for the Falcons. Still, if they do get the 3 goals, that suddenly would put them in front rather than a draw. But the missed opportunity here could come back to hurt them as the Falcons look to clear this one out. The Tigers still pushing. They haven't given up, which is great to see, but that kick is out of bounds on the full, so the Falcons will take possession of the football once again.
How are we doing for time so far?
We've just clicked over 13 minutes, guys.
So less than 7 minutes to play in this final term. Falcons looking for their 4th win in 5 games. As this one comes back towards the half-forward line for the Tigers. Picked up this time by Rowland. Got the handball away. The kick was smothered. Doing nicely there was Gibson again. He's probably been one of the best players on the ground, being the running for the Eastland Hoyt's best on ground voucher.
So free kicks going the way of Knox. Down the line they go here. One-on-one contest. Mark that was nearly taken there by Hawhey. As it's kick forward here for Knox. Here's an opportunity perhaps. The kick's on the way. It's coming back. And it just bounces away. Still alive here. And is it in the back? Is it gone through for a behind? It has, so...
No, umpire's called for a ball up.
The Balwyn player was able to save it from the line.
So It will be a stoppage here deep in the attacking 54. Knox will bounce there. Well done there by Balwyn there to concede, although means 3 goals here for a draw here.
So that's now 4-5-29 to 1-5-11. And they'll look to send this as long as they can towards their centre-half backs. Picked off here by Stocks again towards goal. It's a one-on-one contest in front position. She's going to get herself a free kick. That's Gasparoni. It was a one-on-one. Her arm was held. And now a chance to extend that lead and kick Knox's 5th goal of the game. It was one of the players that Danielle Brotto talked about in the pre-game. One to look out for up forward, and great opportunity for her first from Bayswater under-18s. She's kicked it. That's their 5th for the Falcons, and they move now to 5-5, playing Balwyn 1 goal 5.
Yeah, it's that goal there pretty much seals up the win for the Falcons. It's a 24-point lead now for Knox as they lead 5-5-35 to Balwyn 1-5-11 late in this last quarter.
Boundary.
We'll go boundary to Kate.
We've just gone 16 minutes and 10 seconds into this quarter.
So 16-10 gone in the last quarter, as Knox have done really well today, as they look to reverse the round 1 defeat with a big win here today at Balwyn Park. There's a kick there by Rock. And an opportunity here for Balwyn. That's good play.
It was probably their best transition patch for the game as well. Great kick from Boulders there too, the awareness to be able to hit up Oates.
So here's Oates, one of the vice captains for Balwyn. Can she get Balwyn's 2nd goal here and get a goal back? So kicks on the way, and it's gone right, and that wind drifted it right. So it's Balwyn moving to 1-6-12, Knox 5-5-35.
So not long left in this final term. The Falcons are going to walk away with their 4th win of the season. They'll move to 4-1-1, and that first loss was coming in round 1. So what a start to the season with the Falcons. Missing the finals last year. They've been really good. Here's Gibson. Got the handball away. Down the line it goes. Almost cut off that time by Cockerill. The Tigers have never given up today. They're still trying to push forward and get one late. Now a chance to Prentice. Picked off this time again by the Tigers, but Knox have had all the answers to the one-on-one in the middle of the ground. Tap forward that time by Laura Gris. Taps it to herself, but she's wrapped up in a tackle by Holly Maston.
Boundary.
Down the boundary with Kate Green.
You got 1 minute 50 left.
Thanks, Kate. As Lynch again, who's fought hard all morning in the ruck. But they've been able to really perform well here through Stocks off the ground. Again, one of their best players today. I've got all numbers around this footy again. It's Fisher. Got the kick away. Picked off by Rowland. Got the handball back to Eckert. Bouncing footy towards the middle of the ground. Trying to get through it with a handball there. Just getting away in time was Oates. There's a handball from Ritchie. Down the line it goes. Can they get another late one? They've already got 5. And we might get a ball up here with just over a minute to play, Paul.
So in the forward half here for Knox, they lead by 23 points. 5-5 to 1-6. And we'll get another stoppage. So forward of centre for Knox as Balwyn look to win the clearance. They get a high free kick going the way of Dallas Rowland.
35 seconds left.
Kicks down the line. Thank you, Kate. As numbers here for Knox. They look to go forward, but so too do Balwyn. Can they get a goal back just before the end to get some percentage back on their terms? Knox having to clear it out high up in the air in the middle of the corridor. And there'll be another stoppage, and that should just about do it here at Balwyn Park. And there's the siren. Knox big winners. They win by 23 points. Knox 5-5-35 to Balwyn 1-6-12.
Yeah, big win for the Falcons, and on the return fixture, they would have circled this one to certainly have a improved result from round one, and what a fantastic game from them. They, right from the outset, were really, really strong through the middle of the ground. That gave themselves plenty of opportunities up forward, and defensively, I think, was the big takeaway that they were just able to shut down ball and gave them no space at all, and then be able to make the most of their opportunities where Balwyn probably left a couple of goals on the table. So deserving winners here, the Falcons, and I believe Kate Green's on the boundary at the moment. Kate?
We just need to quickly make a final decision on best on ground, guys.
Who are you leaning towards?
I'm leaning towards Gibson. She was quietly consistent, but then again, so was number 33, Jasmine Stocks. So I'll leave it up to you guys to see where you guys go.
I had those two in mind. Gibson was really impressive down back, and Stocks was obviously able to use her pace and kick a couple of goals as well.
I'm probably leaning towards Stocks.
So Jasmine Stocks?
Yep.
All right, lock it in.
Okay, I'm just after Jasmine.
The Eastland Hoyt's best on ground winner, and Kate's down on the boundary, so she'll have a voucher to give out as you can hear in the Fex mic too that.
One Eastland Hoyt's best on ground.
Oh, thank you.
So we've got, I don't know if she can hear us now. We've got Jasmine.
Yeah.
Jasmine, congratulations, best on ground this afternoon, and a big win for the Falcons. A great result for the side.
Yeah, it was very good. We all just teamwork together, make sure we're doing our handball receives and kicking goals, obviously.
And obviously you played Balwyn first up in round one. Obviously it was a tough game there, but you responded well on their home ground, and since round one you've been, I think, 4-1 or 4 and a draw, so it's been a fantastic run here for the Falcons.
Yeah, very good. I'm very every single girl here, and they're all just smiling at me now. It's an amazing result.
Absolutely, and of course your performance too. Very quick with the football, and was able to get a lot of space on the ground and be able to finish off on a couple as well. So how did you feel out there? You obviously played quite well today.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's just good when you get the ball and just keep going, have confidence in yourself and make sure you don't give up, yeah. Absolutely. Fantastic game from you. I know all the girls are there waiting for you, so we'll let you go, but congratulations, the Eastland Hoyt's best on-ground winner. Congratulations again for the win today. Thank you so much. There's Jasmine Stocks there. Congratulations. The Eastland Hoyt's best on-ground for this afternoon, and she'll walk away with the voucher. Between her, I thought Gibson down back was good. I thought Lynch was good for Balwyn. So they were my 3-2-1. Yep. Very well deserved. So Kate will get a photo of the voucher for the socials as well. But a fantastic game for the Falcons. And again, none of us tipped them. Blake on the podcast did tip Knox, and I believe Chris did in the record as well. So it was always going to be a real interesting game. But right from the start, they were switched on. Very impressive win there by Knox. You know, they really, they worked hard all day. They made it hard for Balwyn to get clean possession, and they took their opportunities. They spent a lot of time in their forward half and forward 50s, and it was just a really impressive performance from the Falcons. Yeah, that's right, and probably also impressive the fact that they talked about that last week with Mike Tyson about their slow starting against East Ringwood. They still got away with a win, but it was a tight game. They wanted a bit more of breathing room, and he did get that in the end. Balwyn really pushed in that third term, but they started well, which was the most important thing. Great start, great first half. They had a 14-point lead half time, and when they were against the breeze in that
third quarter when Balwyn got the first goal. It was hard persistence by Knox, and they got a goal just before three-quarter time. And, you know, in that last quarter, they really pushed on, and just a really good win for them.
Yeah, defensively, I thought they were just so strong, and particularly in that third term when you saw Balwyn, obviously with the breeze pick up and their intensity rose, and you thought potentially they could run over the top in that quarter. They were able to just hold on. Their back half played really well, and then they were able to push forward and score one themselves. So fantastic for the Falcons. They walk away with the 4 points. And again, this division is always very interesting with how even the competition is, and looking forward to the third time these two sides will play later in the season. But that's it for us here out at Balwyn Park. Paul, thank you again for joining me on the broadcast today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Megan Green doing a fantastic job on the camera. Kate Green, of course, on the boundary. And we'll certainly see them today later on in the afternoon for the senior men's broadcast out at Chirnside Park. But that's it for us here at Balwyn Park. It was the Falcons winning 5-5-35 to Balwyn 1-6-12.